All right, let's jump into another deep dive. Today, we're heading off to Bangkok.
Awesome.
Such a vibrant city, so much to see and experience. We've got academic papers, we've got historical accounts, and we've even got a modern travel vlog to help us really unlock this incredible city. So get ready to explore Bangkok's history and culture.
Yeah, and I think what's really interesting about Bangkok is that a lot of people don't realize that it's a city very much shaped by water.
Oh, okay, like Venice. Are we talking canals?
Yeah, exactly. It was historically a network of waterways.
Wow.
And it earned that nickname, the Venice of the East.
Okay.
And there's this really fascinating Thai concept called Chayaphum, which means good location. And it was used to figure out where to put settlements, including Bangkok itself.
So like placement,
Yeah, access to waterways and fertile land was crucial.
just like Venice.
Exactly, just like Venice. The canals provided transportation and protection.
Location, 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 even way back then.
Yeah.
But how does all this water, how does that history connect to Bangkok today?
Well, I mean, a lot of the canals have been filled in, obviously,
Okay.
to make way for roads, but you can still see that watery past if you look for it.
Yes.
You can take a longtail boat down the Chao Phraya River, and it's incredible.
Oh, wow.
And that really connects you back to the heart of old Bangkok.
You know what? This travel vlog that we have, it raves about the temples in Bangkok.
Oh, yeah.
Especially Wat Frasi Ratana Satsatadaram, the Temple of the Emerald Buddha.
Absolutely.
Such a beautiful temple.
Masterpiece of Thai architecture.
Yeah.
It symbolizes the nation's, religious devotion. And it was built by King Rama III,
Okay.
founder of the current Shakri dynasty.
Wow.
And it houses the revered Emerald Buddha image, which was carved from jade.
Oh, wow.
Definitely a must visit.
Absolutely. But I was reading that there's more to this temple than just the beauty, right?
Yeah.
Something about a community?
Oh, yeah, there's the Palmahakan Fort community.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's a historic neighborhood, and it's been nestled near the temple for generations.
Wow, like generations upon generations.
Yeah, it's really fascinating.
Okay.
And what's cool is that even though they're right next to these grand structures,
Yeah.
they have their own vibrant cultural identity.
Okay, so we've got a temple built by a king and this community that's been there for centuries.
Yeah.
What's the story? What's the connection?
Well, if you think about it, their location near the Golden Mount and the old city walls says a lot about how important it was historically. But what I think is really captivating is the idea of an intangible cultural landscape.
Okay.
It's not just about the buildings themselves.
Yeah.
It's about the living traditions that give it life.
Okay.
And the Palmahakan community is known for its connection to Liko.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a traditional Thai dance drama.
Oh, wow.
Really incredible costumes, lively music,
Wow.
a unique cultural experience.
So it's almost like you're peeling back these layers of history to see the hidden cultural gems.
You got it.
Yeah, okay. Something that I was thinking about is, if we're going to be traveling to Bangkok,
Yeah,
which I think a lot of our listeners are going to be inspired to do,
for sure.
what about Thai customs? Are there certain things that we should be aware of?
Oh, absolutely. Respecting Thai customs is really important.
Okay.
And one of the most important things you can do is learn the way.
The way.
Yeah, it's where you press your palms together and bow your head slightly. It's a way of greeting people and showing respect.
Like a cultural handshake.
Yeah, exactly.
I've also heard that keeping calm is really important in Thai culture.
Absolutely. Raising your voice is considered really disrespectful.
Okay.
So even if you're in a frustrating situation,
Yeah.
try to stay calm and composed.
Right, because you're a guest in their city.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Respectful. And it's a testament to that emphasis on grace and serenity in their culture.
Yeah, that makes sense.
One custom that the travel vlog mentioned is that you should duck slightly when you're walking in front of people who are talking.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that in videos.
Yeah. It's a really nice gesture.
It's subtle,
Yeah.
but I could see how that would show a lot of respect.
Yeah, it's about being considerate of others. You're not interrupting their flow,
Right?
and you're acknowledging their space.
Okay, that's good to know.
And it enhances your connection with the local culture.
Yeah. Speaking of being respectful,
Mm-hmm.
we can't forget about appropriate attire for the temples.
Oh, that's a big one. Temples are sacred spaces.
Right.
So dressing modestly is important. Shoulders and knees should be covered.
Okay.
And it's always a good idea to carry a scarf or a shawl, just in case.
Good tip.
Because, you are entering a place of worship.
Yeah. And of course, being mindful of the Thai royal family.
Absolutely. The monarchy is deeply respected in Thailand,
Okay.
so any negative remarks, even online, can be seen as very offensive.
Okay.
So it's best to avoid talking about it altogether.
So it sounds like there's a lot more to experiencing Bangkok than just knowing, right,
Yeah.
where to go.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Yep.
understanding these little things that
Yeah.
make it so special.
It's about the nuances.
Right. And speaking of understanding,
Yeah.
our research dives into this interesting concept of well-being in Thai culture.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah, so what did they find? Like, what's the Thai understanding of well-being?
One of the key takeaways is how important social relationships are, especially family.
Okay.
It's a collectivist society. Family is everything.
Yeah.
And it really plays a central role in their sense of well-being.
So it's more than just a social unit.
Yeah.
It's like intertwined into their lives.
Very deeply ingrained.
How does that actually look? How does that play out in Bangkok?
You'll see it everywhere. You'll see shopkeepers involving their kids in their businesses.
Oh, right.
You'll see families gathering at food stalls
Okay.
for a shared meal.
Right.
It's just at the heart of everything they do.
So even down to their finances and things like that.
Oh, absolutely. Adult children often feel a responsibility to support their parents financially, even if it means like sacrificing for themselves.
It's amazing how one value,
Yeah,
like family, can touch so many different aspects of their lives.
it's true.
Yeah, wow. And I was reading that there's a Thai phrase that captures this approach to well-being.
Yes, happy body, content heart.
I love that. Happy body, content heart.
Suki sabaja.
Wow. That is beautiful.
It really is. It highlights the holistic nature of well-being in Thai culture.
Right. So it's not just about, like,
And it's not just physical.
right, physical health, but also that inner peace.
Exactly. Contentment, happiness within yourself and within your relationships.
It's a good reminder that well-being is more than
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
material things, right?
So much more.
Yeah, it's about that harmony within ourselves and within our relationships.
It's at balance.
Yeah, especially with family.
Yeah.
This is fascinating. And actually, you know what? This ties in perfectly with another concept that we're going to talk about in a little bit, Sanok.
Yeah.
This idea of finding enjoyment in everything you do.
Exactly.
And that sounds like something I need in my life. So stay tuned because we're going to dive into that a little bit later.
Can't wait. It's kind of interesting how this happy body, content heart thing connects to healthcare decisions.
Oh, wow. How
The research mentioned how adult children often put their parents' health first,
Okay.
even if it means they have to make financial sacrifices for themselves.
Wow.
Really shows you how strong those family ties are in Thai culture.
Yeah, it's a powerful example of how, like, our values shape our choices.
It really is.
Well-being, it's not just me. It's like everyone. It's a collective thing.
Exactly. It's a shared experience.
Yeah. Okay, so this leads to something else we haven't talked about yet.
Okay.
This whole concept of sanuk.
Sanuk.
Sanuk. I've heard this word.
Yeah.
I don't really know what it means.
Okay, so sanuk is basically the art of having fun, enjoying whatever you're doing,
Okay.
even work, even everyday stuff.
Okay.
You bring that sense of fun and lightness to it.
So it's not about, like, just being happy.
Right.
It's about finding that joy in, like, everything you're doing.
In the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And this is something that's really woven into Thai culture. You see it in the markets, the street food, even just how people talk to each other.
Right.
There's this warmth and playfulness.
Yeah, it's contagious almost.
It really is.
And it makes sense, right? That energy you feel in Bangkok.
Absolutely.
It's like, Sanuk is infused in the city.
The city itself is Sanuk?
And you know what? This brings us back to the travel vlog.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those floating markets?
Yeah.
Sanuk is at the heart of that whole experience.
Absolutely. Taking in the sights, the sounds, the flavors.
Yeah.
Bargaining for little souvenirs.
Right. Trying the food.
Tasting those exotic fruits.
Yeah. And I remember they even talked about the fried insects.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's some next level Sanuk right there, if you're brave enough.
For the adventurous eaters.
Yeah, maybe. But you get the idea, right? It's like, try new things.
Yeah.
Find the joy in the unexpected.
Embrace the new.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe fried insects will become your new favorite snack.
So, if we were to sum up what we've learned so far, it's more than just going to the tourist spots, right?
Right.
It's immersing yourself.
Understanding the culture.
Yeah, the traditions, even getting into that Sanuk mindset.
It's a whole way of life.
Yeah. But I think it's also important to say that Bangkok, like any big city,
Yeah.
Has its challenges.
And one of those that we saw in the academic papers was this issue of gentrification and how it impacts historic communities.
Right.
Like, that Pomahawken Fort community.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
That paper really highlighted the tension between, preserving that cultural heritage and, the need for urban development.
Yeah, that balance is hard to strike.
It is. It's like a constant push and pull. So how has Bangkok dealt with this?
Well, in Pomahawken specifically, the community really fought hard.
Okay.
They wanted to stay in their homes. They said, we're part of what makes this city so culturally rich. We're not in the way of progress. We're part of it.
It's a good reminder that behind all the temples and the skyscrapers and everything, there's real people, real stories.
People make a city.
And understanding those stories is key to really appreciating Bangkok.
Absolutely. It's more than just bricks and mortar.
Yeah. So what does all this mean for our listener who's, thinking about a trip to Bangkok?
Well, taking a step back and looking at everything we've learned, it can really change how you experience the city.
Okay.
It's the difference between being a tourist and being a traveler.
I love that distinction.
Yeah.
So how do we go to Bangkok with that traveler mindset?
Well, imagine you're walking through that market.
Okay.
You're not just watching, you're feeling that Sanuk energy.
Yeah.
Or you're at a temple.
Okay.
You're not just looking at how pretty it is, you're thinking about what it means. And when you're talking to people, you remember those etiquette tips.
Right.
You're showing respect with every gesture.
So it's like you're adding this whole other layer of meaning to the trip.
It's a deeper connection.
Yeah. And remember that research on well-being. It said that knowing about family in Thai culture can change your experience.
It can. But how do we actually do that?
Yeah, how do we apply it? It's so important to them. But as visitors, how do we get it?
You have to pay attention.
Okay.
See how families are part of everyday life.
Okay.
See how those shopkeepers involve their kids.
Okay.
How families eat together at those food stalls.
Okay.
It's like you're reading between the lines of the city.
Yeah.
Family is the story.
It's the underlying narrative.
It's everything.
And as you start to see those things, your interactions become deeper.
They do.
You're not just seeing Bangkok, you're feeling it.
You're part of it.
You're part of the community.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about Bangkok's past, the culture, the challenges it faces.
Yeah.
What's our final thought for the listener?
Okay, so as you're exploring Bangkok, keep this in mind. How does happy body, content heart show up?
Okay.
In the food, the temples, the markets, how people treat each other?
Yeah.
How does this shape the city?
It's a beautiful question.
It is.
It really makes you think.
It makes you look deeper.
It's about going beyond the surface.
It's exactly.
Finding that heart and soul of Bangkok.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a city you really connect with.
It is. And that's what travel's all about, right? Opening yourself up to these new experiences, new ways of looking at things.
Totally. And what we've learned today is that Bangkok has so much to offer. The temples, the markets.
The people.
Yeah, the warmth, all those little cultural things.
It's a dynamic city. There's something for everyone.
There really is.
Yeah.
So to our listener, if you go with that curiosity, that openness to the unexpected, you're going to fall in love, not just with Bangkok, but with the connections you make, the different cultures you encounter.
You'll come back changed.
Absolutely. So let this deep dive be your starting point, your guide to understanding Bangkok. Go out there, explore.
Yeah.
Who knows, maybe you'll find something we haven't even talked about.
And if you do, you got to let us know.
Yes.
Bangkok's full of surprises. Every corner you turn, there's a new story.
A new experience waiting.
And that's why we love it.
Well said. Until next time, happy travels, everyone.